Okay, wait. Let's try this again. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Come on, let some people know that we are live. Let them know. Tell them to come on in. Come on in. Good evening. Good evening. So if you are watching, just throw something in the comments, send some likes and all that good stuff. Let's see. We're trying to get our YouTube hooked up here. Okay, YouTube is live. Facebook is live. Wholelistic Women's Facebook is live. So we're here. Listen, the gang's all here. So come on in. Come on in. We're going to be talking about the three things that women who thrive do differently. Okay. We are in this season of thriving. This is our year. Come on. This is all of the holistic women. Even if you're not a holistic woman and you just happen to come across this live, this is the year that we said we would thrive in 25. So come on, ladies. Come on. This is our season to thrive. So I just want to encourage you to come on and write thrive in the comments. This is your season. This is your time. 2025 is the year. So as we are getting started, as people are coming on, what's up, y'all? Okay, I can see some of the comments. Hey, YouTube, what's up on YouTube? Okay, I like that I can see the YouTube. It just says YouTube user, so I don't I don't know who is watching on YouTube. I can't see names on there, but thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about you know three things that women who thrive do differently. So I want to kind of start the conversation like just with this question of, are you surviving or are you thriving? Listen, don't be too fast to answer. Don't be too fast to answer. I really want you to think about that thing. Like just think about it. Are you thriving or are you just surviving? Take inventory quickly of just like your life, where you are, what you're navigating through, what you are kind of like going through in this moment, and just ask yourself, am I surviving or am I truly thriving? I mean, we've been saying it like now, what, 9 months almost now. We kind of gave birth to that thing, right? All year we've been saying this is our season to thrive. This is my time to thrive. I'm thriving in 25. Hey, mom, on YouTube? Here we go. We got our YouTube people coming on. So, am I surviving or am I just thriving? That is the question tonight that is kind of going to be the foundation of our quick 15-minute live. To just ask yourself, I mean, if you want to be brave enough to answer in the comments, I would love to see y'all feedback. Like you feel free to answer. Listen, this is a safe space. This is a brave space. This is a space for you where you are safe, seen, and supported. We care about you and your feelings here, so you are safe to write whatever you want in the comments. Just be respectful, but ask yourself, and if you want to answer, you can put that in the comments. Are you thriving or are you just surviving? Because I just want to talk it through like what it means to survive and thrive, because surviving can trick you into thinking that you're thriving. Because if you're not careful, surviving can trick you into thinking that you are thriving. You're paying your bills on time. You holding it down for your kids. You're showing up to work on time. Look, you're putting your time in. You got your I'm fine smile on. You're navigating through the day. But you got to really dig deep down inside and just realize, just because you are doing all of these amazing things, it does not mean that you are truly thriving. Because some of us, come on, when we're just doing the things where we're paying our bills, we're navigating this and that, we have good relationships, we're killing it at work, or we're doing these different things, we got to understand that sometimes that survival mode is just dressed up in Spanx. It's dressed up looking good. It's holding everything in tight, but you're truly not thriving. You're just surviving on steroids. Sometimes is that survival on steroids that makes us and gives us the analogy or the illustration as if we are thriving. So here's the truth. Thriving don't just happen. Thriving does not just happen. Nobody can accidentally stumble upon thriving. You don't just stumble upon having a thriving life. If you have made the declaration that in 2025 is going to be my year to thrive, that took intentionality. That did not take an accident. You didn't just, it just didn't take happenstance. When you declared that thing, that 2025 will be the year that I thrive, that took intentionality. It's intentional. Thriving is intentional. It is a deliberate thing. It's about being rooted. Come on, for all the women who did the rooted 21-day fast with us, you understand what it means to be rooted. And the women that you see who are really and truly thriving is not because life gave them a better hand than it gave you. It's because they decided to make a different choice. They decided to thrive. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Yes, just dressed up trying to look good. That's just surviving on steroids. That's just surviving on steroids. So we just got to understand that thriving takes intentionality. If you're saying that this is your year to thrive, you want to go beyond just surviving, you want to go beyond just barely making it, and you want to have a thriving life, you really got to understand that it's about the choices that we make. So tonight, I said I was going to come on here and unpack this and talk to you about what it means, and just kind of just show you kind of the differences about women who thrive and what they do differently. And it's not saying that I'm better than, it's just saying that I'm different from. Okay? I'm not saying that women who survive is less than a woman who's thriving. Never. We're never playing that game. We're never putting two women against each other, no matter what your situation may be. But I do want to help you. I really believe that there is a delineation between a surviving woman and a thriving woman. And my goal and my purpose, and I feel like the purpose that God has given to me is to help women become whole, healed, and transformed, to help women walk through what wholeness really means. You know what I mean? To be a woman who is healing and overcoming life experiences. And I want you to be, confident. I want you to be committed, and I want you to feel like you're called. So God gave me this, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to share it on this platform. It's been a while since I went live. So I said, you know what? Let me go live and share this with the ladies who are interested in understanding what it means to be a woman who is thriving and what she does differently than a woman who's just surviving. So let's go. Let's go. But listen, if you really truly lean into this, it can literally shift how you see yourself. It can shift how you see yourself, how you see your purpose. Come on, that's right. Yep, how you see your future. It can literally change. A paradigm can literally just happen right now if you begin to see yourself as a thriving woman as opposed to just being okay with just barely surviving. So, the first thing is women who thrive, they prioritize their presence. Yep, simple. I said I'm going to give you three things that women who truly thrive do differently. The first thing they do differently is women who thrive, they prioritize their presence. They prioritize their presence. Because when you think about it, a thriving woman, she's careful about where she plant herself. Thriving women, they know that the rooms that they walk into, every space and place your feet goes, it matters. The conversations that you entertain, the voices that you allow into your ear gates, come on, all of that matters when you are a thriving woman. The conversations you have, the people who have your ear, the rooms that you enter, because look, since you cannot thrive in toxic environments. So when we talk about this concept of thriving and being rooted, you got to understand that you cannot thrive in toxic soil. You cannot thrive in toxic soil. Because listen, if you really truly want to grow, you have to plant yourself in the places where you are nourished and not drained. Come on, where are you rooted? All my holistic women know. We talked about what it means to be rooted. Where are you rooted? Thriving women understand that where you plant yourself, that matters. Where you plant yourself matters. Remember, our scripture for this year is Jeremiah 17:7-8. But blessed are those who trust in the Lord and has made the Lord their hope and confidence. That is our scripture. Come on, it says that they are like trees planted along the riverbank with roots that reach deep into the water. Hear me, roots that reach deep into the water. And it tells us that such trees who have deep roots, they are not bothered by the heat or worried about long periods of drought. Their leaves stay green and they never stop producing fruit. So what that means is that if you are a thriving woman, you are rooted, you are confident, you are confident in the people, the trends, and in the approval that's in God. That's your confidence lies in the people, the trends, and the approval that's connected to God. You want God's approval. You want to follow God's trend. You want to have a confidence about yourself. You want to be rooted. Because the difference between a woman that is surviving, she will go anywhere for company. She finds herself in different circles and different spaces and different places, looking for the comfort in the company of other people. But thriving women, we are selective. We're selective about the company that we keep. We are selective about the people who are in our circles. We are selective about where we plant ourselves. Because surviving women, they are addicted to being busy. But thriving women, we are addicted to being present. Where are you in the moment? Can you locate your mind? Are you into in and through you? So the difference between a thriving woman and a surviving woman is she understands the importance of her presence, where she is rooted. Because survivors said they chase popularity, they chase rooms, but thriving women, they plant themselves where the living water flows. Just like in Jeremiah 17, 7-8, they plant themselves where there is living water. But surviving women, their roots are so shallow. They follow the applause, they follow temporary validation. But thriving women, they sink their roots into God's word. Come on. Where are you sinking your roots? Are they in God's words, or are they in communities that are just pacifying who you are? God's promises and his communities, they feed women who thrive. And you got to think about presence isn't just about being in the room. Presence is not just about being in certain rooms. It's about being rooted in the right room. Come on. I'm being rooted in the right rooms. You got to be rooted in the right rooms, because if you're in a room where everyone is tearing each other down, where people are comparing, where people are gossiping, guess what? You ain't going to grow. So it's not just being in a room with people. It's about being in the right room. But when you step into a room of women, think about it, that are pouring into one another. They are celebrating one another. They are challenging one another. That's when you know you are thriving. That's when you know you are in the right room. When women are congratulating one another, they are lifting one another up. They are having the hard conversations. They are there for one another. That's a thriving room. Because we got to understand that our growth is determined by our ground. Your growth is determined by your ground, where you are planted. What type of soil are you planted in? And if your growth is determined by your ground, then you best believe your fruit is determined by your roots. The deeper the fruit, the deeper the root, my bad, the better the fruit. So where are you rooted? Remember Jeremiah 17, 7-8. Where are you rooted? So the first thing when we think about the three things that women who truly thrive do differently, the first thing that they do differently is women who thrive, they prioritize their presence. They prioritize their presence. They're not just anywhere with anybody. They're selective. Not saying that they're better than. They just understand that they are different from. Come on. Point number 2. Let's get into it. Women who thrive, they protect their perspective. So that's the second thing. You got to protect your perspective. Life is going to always be throwing something at you. It's always going to be throwing something back at you. It could be a setback. It could be a storm that you're navigating through. It could be a relationship. It could be a situation that makes you just want to throw in the towel, throw up your hands and be like, I'm done with this. Life is going to always be life. And like y'all say, life is going to always have something that it can throw back at you. But you just got to understand, it can't just always be a why me mentality, because it's going to hand you storms, it's going to hand you setbacks, it's going to hand you disappointments. But in those moments, your perspective makes all the difference. It's going to happen as long as you are living on this earth. Setbacks and storms and things like that, it's going to happen. But in those moments, your perspective makes all the difference. I remember I taught a sermon like not too long ago. I had preached at the church, and we said that sometimes it's not about what you see, but how you see it. That's why it's so important for you to have a good perspective. It's not about what you see, but it's about how you see it and the lens you see it through. Are you seeing things through your trauma? Are you seeing things through your pain? Are you seeing things through what hurt you? Are you seeing things through insecurity? How are you viewing what you're going through, or the setbacks and storm that you are facing? Because surviving women, come on, surviving women, they look at the problem and they stop there. They look at what they're going through and they stop there. They stop at the problem. But thriving women, come on, we are all trying to be a thriving woman. Thriving women, we look at the problem and we ask God, okay, what are you preparing me for through this? God, what are you preparing me for through this? As I'm navigating this, what are you preparing me for through this? Not why me, oh, woe is me. As a thriving woman, I'm looking at the perspective of, okay, this is teaching me something. This is showing me something. This is preparing me for something. When we think about the Israelites in the Old Testament, they saw giants in the land that God had already promised them. But we got to remember when Caleb and Joshua, they saw an opportunity for victory. They saw an opportunity for victory. Everybody else saw opposition. Everybody else saw giants. Everybody else saw all these negative things. But two people, Caleb and Joshua, they saw an opportunity for victory. It was the same land, the same giants, but just different perspectives. And that's what I'm trying to get us to understand. We could be women who is one group, when you think about it, because one group survived the wilderness and the other thrived in the promise. You don't just want to be a woman that's surviving the wilderness. You want to be a woman that has an opportunity to thrive in the promise, y'all. And that's what my hope is tonight, to give us a different perspective of what it means to thrive and not just settle for surviving. It's the same storm. It's like two different women who are coming up through the same storm, the same thing, the same issues, but they see it completely different. Because sometimes you can have a woman on this, a surviving woman, she sees punishment. But a thriving woman, they see preparation. Come on. A surviving woman, she sees punishment. But a thriving woman, she sees preparation. One sees problem and the other sees possibility. What lens are you looking through? Are you looking through the lens of problems, or are you looking through the lens of possibility? Yes, it may hurt right now. Yes, you may not have all the answers. Yes, you may feel like, why do I have to navigate this? But when you begin to talk about your issues, when you begin to look at your life, and when you begin to put things into perspective, what lens are you looking through? Are you looking through the lens of problems, or are you looking through the lens of possibility? Us as thriving women, we got to understand that perspective is everything. It doesn't always change what you are going through, hear me, but it changes how you walk through it. Come on, being a thriving woman, it doesn't negate you from going through. It doesn't negate the storms that may rise. It doesn't negate what you may be navigating through, but it does change how you walk through it. You got to understand, if you ever seen a woman who smiled in a storm, a woman who glow even when she's grieving, or she praises in the middle of pain or turmoil, she may be going through hell in her life, but you would never be able to tell. That's how you know that is a thriving woman. Come on, Maria. Possibility. That's right. How are you looking through it? That is the power of perspective. The power of perspective is how you view what you're going through. Because your perspective, honestly, it doesn't change the storm. You can be the most positive person in the world and you're going through something. You still may be going through that thing, because your perspective doesn't change the storm, but it does changes you in the storm. It changes you in the storm. It may not change your storm, but it will change you. It will change how you navigate. It will change what you see. It will change what you feel. It will change even how you navigate the victory of the thing that you're going through. Come on, if you want to be a woman, if you want to understand the three things that women who thrive do differently, tap in. So our first thing was, women who thrive and just not survive, they are women who prioritize their presence. And the second thing was, they are women who protect their perspective. You got to understand the lens and what you're viewing this thing through. The third thing, y'all, women who thrive pursue their purpose with boldness. Here we go with the B word. Be bold, right? Women who thrive, they protect and pursue their purpose with boldness. Because listen, I really believe that women who are thriving, women who have made up in their mind, like, this is my year, This is my time. This is what I'm doing, the things that I am doing. Women who thrive pursue their purpose with boldness. They don't wait until they have every dollar. They don't wait till they have every answer, every connection. They move anyway. They don't wait until the masses catch on. They don't wait until, people are giving them accolades or, sharing their stuff. They're not waiting for the applause. They understand that I've been giving a mandate and I'm going to pursue it at all costs. Remember Ecclesiastes 4, hold on, let me see. Ecclesiastes 11 and 4. It says, farmers who wait for the perfect weather, they never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. You don't want to be someone who misses out on their harvest because you never plant because you're waiting for the perfect opportunity. There will never be the right time. It will never be the perfect opportunity. You got to understand that when God gives you a call, when He gives you a purpose, when He gives you an out, come on, when He gives you a promise, you got to walk through that door while it's open. That means if you are someone on this, if you are a woman who is watching this and you're like, I'm gonna do this when the time is right. Because your purpose is not discovered while you're sitting on your couch waiting for a sign. Absolutely not. Your purpose is not discovered while you are sitting on that couch waiting for a sign. This is your sign, okay? Purpose shows up while we move. God can't order the steps that you not taking. We're so busy praying and praying, Lord, please order my steps. Order my steps, Lord. Order my steps. What steps? Hey y'all. Thank you for tapping in. What's up? What's up? I can see the comments on YouTube. Let me know you here on Facebook. But yeah, like you can't keep praying for God to order your steps if you're not taking those steps. What is He ordering? So you got to be bold about that thing. You got to be bold about it, okay? You got to understand, like, listen, God called me to it, so I must be equipped for it. Because thriving women, we don't wait until it's perfect. We may not have the biggest platforms. We may not have everything together, every I dotted, every T crossed. But you know what we do have? A word, a promise. Come on. Because your purpose will never be discovered just sitting on a couch and you're waiting for a sign. And then what you don't realize is that people who God has assigned to your life, they are starving because you're not feeding them with your fruit. Come on. If you are a thriving woman, then that means you are bearing fruit no matter what season. And your fruit is never for you, it's for the people that are connected to you. So there are people starving because you are not feeding them your fruit. Come on, be real. Some of us women that are even that may come across this live, whether you're watching it now or you watch the playback, you are stuck in someday mode. Yeah, that's me tapping on your forehead. Some of us are stuck in someday mode. Someday I'm gonna write the book. Someday I'm gonna leave this dead end relationship. Someday I'm gonna take a leap of faith. Someday I'll start the business. Someday I'll walk away from what's draining me. Mm-mm. That's a survival mindset. We thriving in 2025, y'all. We are thriving. We got to understand that thriving women know that someday is not a day of the week. Pick a day. Is it Monday? Is it? Listen, I'm talking to myself, y'all, because I said I was going to start working out again. Not Sunday. Pick a day. Someday is not a day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What day are you going to take that step? So you just take one step. The next day, take another step. The third day, take another one. And then take another one. That's why we just got to be bold in what God has called us to do, because boldness, that's that bridge. When you are bold, you got to understand that is the bridge between the life you dream about and the life you're actually living. I would just implore you, take a second to just think about the life that you are living and the life that you know God has promised you. And the bridge that's going to get you there as a thriving woman is that boldness. The bridge that's going to get you to the life that you are supposed to be living in the light of where you are now. It is that bridge of boldness. You got to take a step. Come on, holistic women. Come on, thriving women. Take the step. Be bold in your pursuit. You got to understand the thing that's stopping you from where you are, from getting to where you need to be, is boldness. You ain't that bridge. And you got to understand, it's not boldness is not me being arrogant. It's not arrogance. It's confidence that if God called me, then he going to carry me. Come on, somebody need to just declare that in the comments. If God called me, he's going to carry me. Come on, that is a word by itself. If God called me, then I gotta have so much trust and assurance in my Father that if he called me, he's going to carry me. Listen, I feel Pastor Harold anointing, because that's not just my opinion. That's also Bible. Because when I think about the women, and not just the women, but when I think about certain women in the Bible, like take for instance Esther, she walked into the king's court uninvited. That's boldness. You used to have to be sent for. She said, "No, no, 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 no. I gotta speak to the king." Walking into the king's court uninvited in that time, that's bold. She risked her life to save her people. That's boldness. Another person, Deborah, she led armies into battle as a prophet and a judge in a time when women weren't even expected to be leaders. That's bold. That's bold. So it's not just my opinion of saying that, oh, you got to be bold and that's what's going to get you to the life that God has called you. No, that's even biblical. Sometimes we got to do something that's out of the ordinary. As thriving women, as holistic women, we got to understand that we don't wait for the perfect opportunity. We make it. We don't wait for the perfect opportunity. We make it. We see potential and progress in everything, in every problem. Even think about Peter. I'm gonna use the analogy. I used the analogy earlier about stepping on out on the boat, but I also believe that stepping out on the boat in the middle of a storm, he wasn't perfect, but he was bold enough to move. And that's where we got to be at a place where, you know what, every around me it feels like it is, the winds are blowing, the water, the waves are crashing into me, but I want to have enough faith and enough boldness to step out of the boat even on the thing that's trying to take me out. You got to be bold. As thriving women, come on, holistic women, as thriving women, we got to move even when it's scary. Write that book, tell your testimony, launch the business, do the things that God has called you to do. Thriving women, they do it. They do it. They set boundaries. They set realistic goals and they do it. That's what they do. And then I know some people are like, well, how do I just be bold? If I'm not an overly confident person, if I'm not loud, that's not what boldness is. It's not about being overly confident. It's not about being, loud and boisterous. You know what it's about? It's about praying first and then acting fast. It's about praying first and acting fast. Because you can't let fear talk you out of what God said. If you sit there and begin to question, you'll begin to doubt. If God says, walk to the corner, the moment you hear it, just start doing it. Just take the step. Because if you sit in it long enough, like, okay, so God said, walk to the corner. What corner? How should I walk? Should I walk fast? Should I walk slow? Oh my God, how many people gonna be at the corner when I get there? That's how we do. So this is why I'm saying that some practical things that you can do in order to be bold, to be a thriving woman. You got to pray first and then just act fast. Don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let fear talk you out of what God said. You got to take imperfect steps. It's not always going to be perfect. Release the graphic. Who cares? Try. Do it. Release the first blog. So what if it's a typo? I mean, I know we want to do things in excellence, but don't allow the small things that you don't know stop you from doing the things that you do know. I always go back to the story in the Bible where God, he's speaking to Moses and he asked him, "What's in your hand?" And that's so powerful because we always think that we got to have the latest technology. We got to have the biggest platforms. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to look amazing. And don't get me wrong, we want things to look and to be nice, but you got to understand that what do you have? What can you do with the skills that you have currently? Start somewhere, because the more you do, the more you'll move, the more you move into purpose, the more God can put people around you, the more he can trust you. If he can trust you with that, imagine what he can do when you start moving. And then you got to remember who sent you, because if God called you, he'll equip you. Not only will he carry you, he'll equip you. Boldness is simply obedience with confidence. That's it. If you're bold, all that saying is that you are confident and you are obedient. Because listen, purpose doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for pursuit. As long as you are willing to pursue, come on, then you can see things begin to happen in life. You can be walking this life out as a thriving woman. And remember, you weren't created to blend in. You were created to shine, to lead, to build, to thrive. And that doesn't happen by waiting. It happens by moving. Move, sis. You gotta move. You have to move. So let's get into it. What y'all saying in the in the comments? Yes, come on. Not just someday. That's right. Because if God called you to it, He's going to carry you through it. I love that. That is so encouraging, even to me. Because I'm like, if God called me to it, how dare I have the mindset that God, as you forget about me? No, He's just making sure that we are being perfected through this. What are you gaining through this turmoil? What are you gaining in the place where He is molding you? Mm. So come on, let's recap. Let's recap because I said I was only going to be on here for just a few minutes. And look, it's already time has already been getting away from us. So let's recap. So for all the women who may just be jumping on, we're talking about three things that women who thrive do differently. And we're saying, listen, we're not saying that women who are surviving that we're better than. We're just saying that we're different from. We decided to make a choice that this would be the year that we would thrive. So women who thrive do three things differently. They prioritize their presence because your growth is determined by your ground. Come on, we said that. When you prioritize your presence, you understand that your growth is determined by your ground. They protect their perspective because perspective changes how you walk through the storm. Mm. How you see your storm determines how you walk through it. The third thing is they pursue their purpose with boldness because purpose doesn't wait for perfection, it waits for pursuit. So you got to remember, you got to ask yourself now. Now go back and ask yourself again, am I a surviving woman or am I a thriving woman? Am I a woman that's stuck in survival mode or am I a woman that's truly thriving? And you can start applying those were so practical that you can just start applying those tonight. But guess what? Can you imagine what happens when you step into a room full of women who are doing this together? Come on, holistic women. We know about stepping into the right rooms, stepping into the right rooms together when we are pouring into one another, when we are loving on one another, when we are thriving alongside one another. Can you imagine with all of the faith in one room, what happens when women get together? Now I know I gave y'all a lot. I gave y'all a lot to like ponder on. So if you're just coming on, please just go back and watch the replay. Again, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. And I want you to just listen. This was only a taste. These strategies, these tools, this enlightenment, it's only a taste. This doesn't even compare to what you get during the 3 days of Holistic Women's Weekend. I'm telling you, this does not even compare. You get wisdom, you get strategy, you get teaching, you get sisterhood. And it's not just information, it is truly transformational. And I'm not just saying that because, I host it every year. I am also an attendee, and I'm telling you, the women who are in the room who are pouring on one another, pouring into one another, it is just an experience. This is a room of women who are tired of just surviving. Last year we talked about conquering. This year we said we are thriving, and these not women who just talking about it. This is women who are being about it. So listen, this is a room where, let me tell you, tears, they turn into breakthroughs. Come on. So bring your tears, they'll turn into breakthroughs. The room is that you don't just want to hear about it. You want to live it and experience it. So I want you to join us. If this bless you in any way, if you're like, you know what, I want to be in a room like that. I want to be in a place where I'm not just surviving. I want to be in a place where I'm thriving. I'm telling you, you want to join us. You want to join us. Let me just throw it on here because I don't think y'all understand the importance of what we're doing. You want to be in the room. This is the information. You want to be in the room at Wholelistic Women's Weekend. I'm telling you, it is really a time of thriving, a time where we can come together all in one room. Them tears of breakthrough. You get strategy, you get sisterhood, the room that you don't just want to hear about. You want to live it, you want to experience it, you want to tap into it. You just want to be a part of it. I want to invite you into that. And guess what? Let me get back on screen because I got a really, really huge surprise for y'all. For everybody who's tuned in now. Listen, don't tell nobody. Look, don't tell nobody. But I got a special for y'all. I just want to give y'all, we're going to do a flash sale for Labor Day. So if you like, listen, I'm getting my ticket. I'm telling you, get it now. Get it now because we're going to do a flash sale so you can get 10% off. This is for everybody who tuned into the live tonight. Thrive 25. That is the discount code. You got write it down now. Somebody better put it in the comments. Write it down now. A Labor Day sale. It is starting tonight until Monday. So you have from tonight until Monday on Labor Day to use this special code so that you can get 10% off your registration, whatever level of registration you want. That's right. If you're doing VIP, general admission, or if you just come into the brunch, you can get 10% off. Listen, don't say I ain't never give y'all anything, okay? Don't say I ain't never done it for you. So don't forget, write it in the comments. You can tell your friends and them, but I'm telling you, I'm not releasing this on social media until Friday morning. This is just for my girlies who logged onto the live, so that you can go ahead and register. I'm so excited. And yes, hold on, what you say? Yes, VIP tickets are still available right now. It's still VIP tickets available. All the ticket levels are actually still available. So come on, tell a friend, invite somebody to come and listen as we still, as we walk through unpacking like thrive and what it means to be in this holistic sisterhood and what it means to truly see ourselves differently. I want y'all to be encouraged. I really, really, truly do. I want you to be encouraged. Listen, don't let, and I really want you to be in this room. I really want you to come and experience Wholelistic Women. Don't let the registration levels make you feel like, oh, if I can't do VIP, I don't want to come. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just get in the room because the women who show up, they are the women who level up. And this is the time to level up. The women who show up are the women who level up. Don't let anything keep you from what's waiting for you at Holistic Women's Weekend. This is a room, let me tell you, that's going to change your life. Don't let distance stop you. Don't let money stop you because the investment is worth it. We invest in Chick-fil-A. We invest in Starbucks. We invest in Netflix and chilling. We invest in our daily habits. Make this an investment that's truly going to change your spiritual life, not just your spiritual life, your spirit, your mind, and your body. This is worth the investment. So I want you to get your seat. Is waiting for you. Your breakthrough is waiting. Your sisterhood is waiting. And I just want to invite you to step into this next season of thriving because listen, this is your time to thrive in 2025. I am so grateful to have your attention for the time that we have had it. Thank y'all for joining the live. Show some love in the comments. Share this. It's on my personal page, so you can share it there. It's on YouTube. Share the link with somebody. Invite somebody into the Holistic Women's community because not only are we doing lives on the internet, listen, we meet together to do all types of events. We meet together to do picnics and pajama parties. We do a Bible study monthly, a meetup. Come join us. You can sit with us over here, okay? We want you to be a part of it. And I am encouraged because all of the women in their testimonies who have connected with us, and I'm telling y'all are in for a treat for Holistic Women's Weekend. I was meeting with Tatiana today, who's one of the speakers for the event. Oh my God, her heart is so beautiful. What she wants to share with this community is just so amazing. So I'm excited for y'all to be blessed. Listen, we got something for all the business girlies, for all the content creators, for the health gurus, for the business, for the women who say I'm buying a house. I got something for the women who are investing, investment banking. Listen, it is going to be something for all the women. So make sure you are in the room. Holistic Women's Weekend. I just want to say I love y'all. I thank y'all. Make sure you share this. Make sure you tap in, you tune in to Holistic Women, our Facebook, our Instagram, our social media. And listen, I want to see y'all at Holistic Women's Weekend. I love y'all. Have a great night. And don't forget, y'all, show some love in the comments. All right, y'all have a good night. We will talk soon. Love y'all.